Hello and welcome to another Glenn Maney Talks Chelsea. I didn't do a review of the Liverpool game, and I think it's been done to death now. So I won't bother scoring anyone. If I had to give scores in that game, the lowest score would have been a 9, because everything I saw, particularly in that second half, but also the first, but particularly the grit and the resolve and the hard work that I saw in that second half when we were down to 10 men against Liverpool. They're some of the reasons that I honestly believe Chelsea are going to be Premiership winners this year, unless something goes drastically wrong, which is always possible in football, isn't it? But I thought it was superb. Other points about the game, I honestly think that Kai Havertz now is really not just a goal. The goal was brilliant, that little header. They've obviously worked on that in training, but Kai Havertz is really coming into his own. He looks the real deal. I thought he played very, very well. Lukaku had a hard afternoon, but we always knew that. Not every defender in that Premiership is as good as Virgil van Dijk. In fact, I can't think of one. I think he's about as good as it gets in that Premier League. When Lukaku's up against people like Maguire and that, he's going to run all over him, in my humble opinion. So yeah, it was a good point, if you like, because going down to 10 men, I've got no arguments with a penalty. I know people have disagreed with me this week, but you know, at the end of the day, when I see it, I said, I know it went off his leg. I know it went off his leg, and it's harsh when it's against you. But if it was the other way round, we'd all been shouting, "He's got to go," because the letter of the law says he had to go. You could see. I thought it was handball. Old Reece, it was either going to go in or he had to just try and get away with it. But with VAR, you've pretty well had it now, ain't you? Anthony Taylor, yes, he did only look at a still screen of the incident. What you can tell from that, I don't know. If it's on the arm, it's going to be a sending off. If it was just on his leg there, then it wouldn't have been a sending off. I wouldn't imagine. You've got to watch the whole thing. So yeah, Anthony Taylor doesn't like us anyway. He's a shoddy ref. It's not just us he don't like. There's other teams I've watched and he's looked biased, but he's just always biased against us. And well done to the 60,000 signatures. I signed it, never to be refereed by Anthony Taylor again. So yeah, Liverpool onwards and upwards. If it proved anything, it's how gritty we are nowadays. Reminds me of back in the day, you know, when we sort of 2005 side, when everyone was calling us Southern Softies, and we were going to places like Blackburn and getting a result. So yeah, all good. So yeah, today I thought we got a spare week, haven't we? We got the England game. So I just thought I'd look at the transfer business and see if you agreed with me. I thought we had a pretty good transfer window. Everyone's going on about Koundé from Seville. You know, we should have got him. You look at his actual stats. I mean, I've not seen him play a lot. I'll admit. Look at his actual stats. We've just sold Zuma. And the stats aren't a lot of difference apart from Koundé has got more passes on the ground, which you'd expect. I mean, that's why we're interested in him, and that's why we've sold Zuma. Because old Kurt, I loved Kurt. He was great in the air, but there were times when he was like a newborn gazelle, wasn't it, you know, on the floor. So that's why they've tried to buy him. But Chabala to me looks a really good ball playing. So I know he normally plays in midfield. I'm told. I've only seen him a couple of times, but he looks a really accomplished, you know, for a young lad, centre back who can play it out of defence. So I'm not too disheartened about that, to be honest. Yeah, so 35 million euros. What's that? 30 million quid really for Zuma. 40 million euros for Tammy Abraham. Wow. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I do rate Tammy, as you know. I've said he's a good striker, but I he might prove me wrong. I hope he does, because apparently we've got a buyback clause. We can buy him back for 65 million in 3 years' time, and I hope he totally proved me wrong. Scored the other day. I was really chuffed for him. Just because I don't rate him as an elite centre forward doesn't mean to say I don't like him, or I'm a hater, or I don't want him to do well. I want all our academy to do well. I want them all in the Chelsea first team. But life ain't like that, and you can only say what you see. And I've never rated him. I didn't rate him at 40 million. But well done, Maria Granskaya. Tomorrow we got 29.2 million euros for. I thought that was a bit cheap myself, but there you go. 18 million pound for Mark Guehi to Crystal Palace, and I thought that was a great bit of business, because how many games he played for us? A couple. 9 million euros for Zappacosta, bless him. It got him off the wage bill as well. 5 million for Victor Moses. I'll always remember Victor for that season we won the league under Conte. He's always one of my favourites. He always gives 100%. So he's gone, and also we got rid of Giroud, Kennedy on a loan with an option to buy, and Michy Batshuayi on a loan with an option to buy. So a lot of squad players gone. I probably missed some. Oh yeah, Tino Livramento, 5 million to Southampton, but apparently with a buyback clause. Man, a match his first game for the Saints, so I rated him highly. And oh yeah, Timo Angerin, who another one I rate highly. He's gone out to Russia, isn't he, on loan? So hope he comes back really challenging for a place, because I think the lad's got the ability to. But it's just, our side is just so good, isn't it? You know, I say these names, I think, yeah, they're really good. And then I say who they've got to replace. You know, Timo Angerin or Havertz, you know, or Lukaku, you know. It's so yeah, we bought was it Bettinelli, the Fulham reserve goalkeeper, with Willie Caballero. Thanks for your service, Willie. He was going down the road, wasn't he? So he wanted more first team opportunities. Oh, sadly, he's not with a club, so I wonder if he's regretting that at the moment. Yeah, so Bettinelli came in. He's an adequate goalkeeper, from what I'm told. I don't think I've ever seen him play, I'll be honest, but I've heard he's good. Lukaku, what a great bit of business. I know 97 million quid, it don't sound great business, does it? Let's face it, no one's worth that. Only the surgeon that's operating on your brain aneurysm is worth that to you. But no one's worth that. But yeah, Lukaku showed in his first game against Arsenal, throwing them around like rag dolls. And unless you come up against a Virgil van Dijk, sometimes he's going to get the better of him. Sometimes he's not, you know. But unless you come up against a top centre half, he's going to throw him around like a rag doll, isn't he? And it's that's Saul. Is it Niguez? I don't know if I'm saying the surname right. So £5 million fee, €5 million fee for the loan, with a €40 million buyout. So basically, he would cost 35 million quid if we buy him. Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? It's a strange one, because he's a box-to-box midfielder, a bit like Kova. Maybe it's to give Kova some competition. He's a box-to-box midfielder. He's not a great goal scorer like Frankie Lampard was, but he does score goals. I remember a a great overhead kick against Real Madrid. It might have even been his debut, you know. I'll have to look it up on YouTube in a minute. But yeah, he signed a 9-year deal at Atletico, and there was great things expected of him, and he's done okay. He's done okay, but he's been played wherever Simeone needed someone, and never really made one position his own, which has counted against him. And I'm told, I don't know, I haven't watched him a lot, that he was a bit stale last year. So that'll be an interesting one. Obviously, Tuchel rates him, so let's see. And with Kante injured again, we might see him sooner rather than later. Billy Gilmore, of course, went on loan to Norwich. He'll come back a lot fitter, playing defensive midfield with that mob. That is a fact. And hopefully, you know, when we lose a defensive midfielder, or Jorginho or someone, Billy will have the minutes under his belt and the Premier League experience to walk straight into that spot. Because I do rate the young lad highly. So yeah. So all in all, I think it's been a pretty good transfer window. And let me know what you think. That's why I do these. And yeah, get back to me. Who do you think we shouldn't? I mean, some people we've been trying to get rid of. You drink waters of this world. I don't know. He's going to have to be loaned out to the Wheat Sheaf, isn't he, or the Surrey Arms? But other than that, you know, I think it's been pretty good. I think we've got. I'm sad to see a couple of them go, but I think it's been a pretty good window, and I think we're really strong in all positions. Even if Kante gets injured now, you know, we've got another defensive midfielder when he needs to be, who can also spring forward like Kante does, and I think that's probably in Tuchel's thinking. Right, that's it from me today. Please subscribe to the channel. Last video we had a lot of people watching and no subscriptions. It'll help me out if you can do that. I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you after the Aston Villa game. Okay, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think of the transfer window. Let me know what you think, what you thought of that Liverpool game, and if it shows you anything that I haven't mentioned. Okay, thanks for watching. Up to Chelsea.